Welcome to the first digital language skills lesson. My name is Ahmet Şakyoglu from the Rotterdam University of Applied Sciences, and I hope you're having good sessions with your teachers so far. The idea is that you, as teachers, get used to blended environments, as digital materials are more and more becoming essential parts of teaching. See what works for you, what you would do differently, and please share ideas. We are always open to borrow ideas from you. Now, before we start, let me quickly guide you through the essentials for this course. Obviously, I didn't put computer, tablet, or phone on here. That is a given. Aside from that, it is useful to have a pen and a piece of paper today. And since we're going to be writing, a lot of imagination. But let's start with a warmer. In these times of uncertainty, the only certainty we still have is the internet, and possibly toilet paper according to the warehouse footage I have seen on Dumpert. This corona thing came at us when we were least expecting it. We might have underestimated it, or whatever your thoughts are on it. But luckily in 2020, we can do a lot digitally. As teachers, the task that is put upon us is to find new ways of teaching through means of blended learning. Take a minute to think of possible pros and cons of teaching purely electronically and quickly scribble it down in keywords on a piece of paper. You might want to pause the video now and take about a minute and then press continue after you've written your notes down. Assuming you've taken a minute, let's move on to the lesson goals. Obviously, at the end of the lesson, you will be familiar with the blended learning environment. You will be able to self-study for your language skills and mainly writing. You will also have practiced with creating good topic sentences, which are essential for the proficiency writing exam. We will analyze a C2 level essay to see what makes it C2. And finally, you will receive a new assignment that you need to hand in for feedback. In essence, blended learning is a style of education in which students learn via electronic and online media, as well as traditional face-to-face teaching. Today, however, face-to-face can also be replaced by a virtual classroom. You have already seen this in your class with Joppe earlier today. The human aspect of blended learning is motivation, personalization, feedback, fluency in listening, relevance, and discipline. These are aspects that the online learning technology do not provide. What they do provide, though, is that they offer mobility, structure, tracking and control, self-study, and above all, they have a global reach. Of course, this topic has no direct link with language skills, except that every topic is related to language skills. We use an array of different topics to practice speaking, listening, reading, and writing. And blended learning is no different. Without realizing it, you've all been doing blended learning, or at least you all should have. I gave you essay assignments that you had to hand in digitally, and most of you did. You get feedback on it, so the more you utilize blended learning, the better you will get. Improving your skills is important to pass the tests for the coming 2 years. And the class can only get you so far. You need to put in the effort and do the research to actually improve. And as the COVID-19 virus has shown us, sometimes blended learning is the only way. This week's essay topic will therefore be on the pros and cons of blended learning, and I'm very curious to read what your thoughts are on this topic. Perfecting the skill of writing topic sentences is essential to successful writing. A topic sentence usually comes at the beginning of a paragraph and lets your reader know what to expect from each paragraph. Think of it as a preview for a movie or a headline in a newspaper, highlighting the main point that's to come in that paragraph. Make sure your topic sentences are up to par and the rest of your writing will come naturally. You can see your topic sentence as the top bun of your burger or the start of your paragraph. And today we're going to focus on creating good topic sentences that will help us in both essay writing as well as storytelling. A good understanding of topic sentences will help you better your writing in general. Now, let's get to work. First, we'll discuss how to write a good topic sentence. So number one, state your main idea clearly. Because your topic sentence is likely the first sentence of the paragraph, it needs to clearly state the subject matter of your paragraph without being wordy or difficult to understand. It must include your topic and an opinion or your controlling idea. Make sure that the following sentences have details related to your topic sentence. Keep in mind that this is not an invitation to simply announce your topic, so you might want to stay clear from, "Today I'm going to discuss alcohol abuse." That's not very effective. You should be able to make your intentions clear without stating them explicitly. The topic sentence in this example states a clear direction. While some believe that the prevalence of teen alcohol abuse would die down in the drinking age were lowered to 18, there is evidence to suggest quite the opposite. So the evidence to suggest quite the opposite is the clear direction, and then you can elaborate on that in the rest of your paragraph. Number two, balance the topic sentence between specifics and general ideas. The topic sentence needs to relate the paragraph to the thesis statement of the essay. However, you need to make sure that your topic sentence strikes a good balance between the broad and the narrow. Don't write too vague or general an idea, or you will never be able to discuss it in a single paragraph. So this is too general. The United States suffered a lot during the Civil War. Don't write too narrow of a statement. There is nothing much to talk about then, because it's probably a fact. This is too narrow. Christmas trees are either cedars or firs. Instead, aim for a good balance. Sherman's destruction in the South during the Civil War also caused incredible suffering. This is big enough to relate the broader idea of an essay, but not so narrow that there is nothing left to discuss. Number three, hook your reader. One of the many important rules of a topic sentence is to draw the readers in. Bring up questions in their minds that you intend to answer. An effective way to do this is to drop them straight into the action. This is possible whether your paper is fiction or nonfiction and can be done in a number of ways. So you can describe a character. This can be a physical or emotional description. You can use dialogue. If there is a relevant conversation that will attract your reader's attention, consider using part of it to start your paragraph. Portray an emotion. Use the opening sentence to portray an emotion to your reader. Use detail. While you don't want to write a run-on sentence by creating too much detail, it's a good idea to create interest using sensorial language in your topic sentence. But avoid rhetorical questions. While you want your reader to formulate questions in his or her mind, you do not want to formulate the questions for them yourself. Have a quick look at the example. Keep it short. The topic sentence should put forward your intention without forcing your reader to hunt it down. Keeping it short will help keep your intention clear. The topic sentence should act as a middle ground in your paragraph. It should be slightly more specific than your thesis, but it should not encompass the information from your entire paragraph. Keeping the sentence short will also help the flow of your paragraph. Whenever I need to calm down or take a break, my mind travels to a little creek in the woods behind the house I lived in as a child. Transition. Use the topic sentence as a transition. Topic sentences that also work as transitions can help guide your readers through your argument, which can keep them from getting lost. Think of this sentence as a bridge between the main idea of the previous paragraph and the main idea of this next paragraph. Using transitional elements such as in addition or in contrast is a good way to show the relationship between your ideas. Look at the example here. Although gardening has many health benefits, people still need to exercise caution when outside. This topic sentence establishes the connection to the main idea of the previous paragraph, which is on the health benefits of gardening, and points to the direction of the new paragraph, which is things to be cautious of. Now, topic sentences don't just happen. They require proper planning. In the next few slides, we'll have a closer look in the process behind that planning. Write an essay outline. We have discussed this in previous lessons, even in Block 2. Every paragraph of your essay should have a main idea, point, or goal that you're trying to get across. The topic sentence will identify that main idea. For you to write good topic sentences, you need to know what your paragraphs are going to be about. An outline will help you do that. You don't have to write a formal outline using Roman numerals and the like in the example here. But even a loose, idea-based outline can help you know what you want to discuss. Here you see our 5-point essay outline, which has an introduction, a body 1, body 2, body 3, and a conclusion. Now usually with C2 writing exams, you get 2 texts, and body 1 will be about text 1, body 2 will be about text 2, and body 3 will be your own opinion on those 2 texts. In the conclusion, you never give new supporting ideas, but you conclude what you've written before. Your topic sentence is not the same as your thesis statement. A thesis statement is about your entire essay, while a topic sentence is only paragraph related. So let's look at the differences. A thesis statement presents the main idea, goal, or argument of your essay. This is usually in your introduction, as suggested in the previous slide. It may be an analytical thesis, such as in King Lear, William Shakespeare uses the theme of fate to critique the religious beliefs of his era. Or it may be a thesis that attempts to persuade the reader of something, such as public funding for education should be expanded. Now your whole essay will be about either of these topics, while topic sentences are like the mini thesis statements of each paragraph. They're always related to the thesis statement, so a topic sentence, unlike a thesis statement, doesn't have to present an argument. It can present a preview of what the paragraph will argue or discuss. Now, if you pause the video, you can read these 2 examples here, which show the difference between a topic sentence and a thesis statement in the same essay. Writing an essay, especially one with topic sentences, can cause some problems. In the next few slides, I will show some common mistakes that you're better off avoiding. Avoid introducing yourself. Although topic sentences vary in structure and content from person to person, at least 2 things can be assumed about your paper. 1, that you have a title and entire paper to introduce a topic, and 2, your personal information is present somewhere on your essay. Therefore, never use statements such as, I am going to tell you, or my paper is about, or I studied this, which is important because of that. The paragraphs or essay should tell me that information without an awkward topic sentence presentation. Also, unless it is an opinion piece, avoid using I in your topic sentence. So let's look at these 2 examples. Clearly, what you're not supposed to do is, in this essay, I will discuss why identity theft is such a big problem. Good would be, identity fraud is the fastest growing crime in the United States. In 2004, over 9 million Americans, or approximately 1 person in 24, became victims of identity fraud or identity theft. You can practice this by rewriting sentences. Make sure your wording is clear. Although it may sound appealing to fill up your topic sentence with big, formidable vocabulary words, if your topic sentence isn't clear, your effort will simply sound forced and confused. Your reader should be able to tell right away what your paragraph is going to be about. Don't muddle this by using vague opinions or confusing vocabulary. Keep your sentences clear and clean. Don't list off information. Although you want to give your readers the taste of what they can expect in your upcoming paragraph, you don't want to show all your cards right at the beginning. Don't make a list of what you're going to talk about, but instead, give a small taste of what is to follow in your paragraph. You don't need to explain everything in your topic sentence, just mention it so the reader knows what to expect. Rather than stating something like, in the story, Amelia did many good things such as help out her friends, talk to her parents, and support her team at school, say something like, as a result of the many activities Amelia participated in, She was recognized for her positive influence on the community. Again, restructuring your sentences will solve a lot of these problems. Now, on the topic of filler material, as you can see here, don't mention something you don't intend to examine further. If you make a statement in your topic sentence, you should be doing so because your paragraph will explain it. Whether you give facts, opinions, or both, you should be clearly analyzing them in the paragraph attached to the topic sentence. Don't fill up your topic sentence with filler material that you don't intend to explain further. Now let's quickly look at an essay on C2 level. This is the assignment. You might want to pause the video and read both texts so you can have a good understanding of what the essay will be about. And assuming you have done that, we will now continue. Again, you might want to pause the video and quickly go to the next slide, because this is part 1 of the essay, and on the next slide we have part 2. You'll see the essay and read it, and then you'll see some green notes on the side. So from top to bottom, the first one here, GD, stands for good, which means this introduction is a very good introduction to the essay. The second green mark means word missing. Negative impact on a company's productivity. So the word a is missing here. Now, if we look at the second part of the essay, we'll see some more notes here. And the first one, the WW, means wrong words. So the original sentence is, it is set to ask for help in talk with a family member, but it would be better to say, it is recommended that sufferers talk with a family member or a trustworthy professional. And then the second mark is a word that needs to be omitted. Because the word advice is uncountable, we should get rid of the word a, so which seems sensible advice. Then again, with the word go, we have the wrong word. You don't go through a difficult time, you get through difficulties. So the word go needs to be replaced by the word get. And then we all need at some point in our lives clearly is the wrong word order. So we should say, if we read the full sentence, I completely agree with that and think that at some point in our lives we all need external support. That just flows naturally and of course grammatically is more correct. And then at the bottom we have a poorly expressed part. Then come the time where companies. So obviously it would be better to say, then the time will come when companies. There are still some notes in this essay, but as a whole, it is a very good piece of work. So in conclusion, Mathieu, who wrote the essay, has answered the question fully and thoughtfully. His ideas are clearly organized and eloquently expressed, and he shows a very good command of both vocabulary and grammar. An excellent command of the conventions of an essay is demonstrated here, and the style adopted is very natural and appropriately neutral and academic throughout. So, well done, which means that even if you have an essay that clearly needs some improvement, you can still get very high grades. So this is a very, very high pass. Okay, time for you to work. Now I want you to go back to your pros and cons list that you made in the Warmer on blended learning. And for both the pros and the cons, I want you to look up articles that support your claims. You'll write an essay based on those two articles and use the regular structure. So you have an introduction, a body on the pros article, a body on the cons article, and a body 3 in which you express your own opinion, and you conclude it, obviously, with your conclusion. Try and finish it in 240 to 300 words, and upload it to Cum Laude, and put it in the Blended Learning assignment folder. Please upload it no later than Friday, 20 March 2020, as I need time to provide feedback. Since you cannot ask me questions here, I'm signing off. Please email me with questions and give me a day or two to respond. Since we're all working digitally, mailboxes are on overload. Good luck and see you in the next video.